Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, Kyle? Hey, what's up, Kenneth? What software am I using? This is Photoshop. Yeah, no problem. Which version? This is, I don't know, 2020. It really isn't relevant. Anything past CS6 is about the same. I don't. And the only reason why is because some of the brushes, like all that shit changed after. Sorry, CC. After CC, all that shit changed. So I own CS6, and then I use I use my own version of CC, but it doesn't really matter. You can still find legal copies on eBay if you wanted to own it, not pay monthly fees. I don't. You know, I got myself an update to my CS my CS6, right? But anything past CC is fine, and that's just again because the brushes and shit changed and shit. So I really like CS6, but eventually I had to fucking update because that's the way it went. I refuse to give them a monthly paycheck though, so. Hey, what's up, Allison? Hey, I reset the link. I kind of need like a break from folks, not just you, just like a lot of people. I need a break from people. Not really in the mood to like have folks on and chat and have stuff going on. So Brandon's the only person that I can't keep out because you know he's good for jokes. Please, not to sound rude or anything, but you could add like music to the background and talk because the video's just dead silent. Yeah, that'll never happen. So, um, you're welcome to put on whatever music you'd like in the background while I work, but uh, I get DMCA'd anytime I put music on, and my videos get flagged, so that just won't happen. So, thank the music companies for that. As a matter of fact, I get flagged for breathing, so I probably shouldn't even talk or breathe. So that's not gonna happen. Just put on whatever you want. You wouldn't like the music I listen to anyway. We'd be sitting here all day arguing about what music I listen to. Because half the time I don't. I just sit here in the quiet. Will do. But if you're bored, feel free to watch something else. But I'm here to chat if you want. Otherwise, I'm not talking by myself. Hey, what's up, Hector? Yeah, I appreciate it, but it's just, I go through phases where I just don't want to deal with folks. And I don't want to be rude to anybody, so it's the way it goes. I don't can help notice that people are leaving the stream. Oh, nah, I don't care. I don't do the stream for engagement. I do the stream really so that folks who are drawing will have something to draw along with, right? We're all kind of hanging out together. So it's all right, man. I appreciate it, but it's impossible. I used to play music and not care about it, but then I got a strike on my channel from that. So that just can't happen. And I even went and got music that like Chill Hop does this whole thing where you can do like licensed music and stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can use her stuff, free license. Nope. Nope, nope, that ain't working either. So, you know, just working the most corporately commercial, right? So, you know, thanks to the algorithms and the music companies, not in that order, that just can't happen. So it can't happen. So such is life. Honestly, like if I could just turn on the internet and watch Bill Sienkiewicz paint and no interaction, I would do that. You know? So like I figure being able to see like how I make things is probably more important to three people. And I'd rather those three people than 30 people sitting around arguing about over what music I'm listening to, you know, or I would have killed to be able to turn on the internet and watch someone figure out how to draw like when I was a kid. So that's it. It's just like a window into the kitchen, you know. Could you please show us your brush settings? Oh, yeah, this is a normal brush. This is nothing. Just a round brush. If you want it to smooth on Photoshop, just grab Lazy Nezumi Pro. Usually when I want a cleaner, I turn it off when I sketch, but when I want a little cleaner line, I set it up to 15 or 20, right? And there you go. But this is just a basic round brush. There ain't nothing to this. And I turn it off whenever I'm doing like sketching and stuff because I can't have any drag or anything. Like when I'm doing digital paints, I, I turn it off completely. There's just no point. Trying to work on personal stuff. Sometimes I get things. Yeah, yeah. So I appreciate it, Infinal. I do. Just what can you do, right? Like, I mean, they flagged me for breathing and said I was a German yoga video. You know, Warner's Media Group, and I spent months fighting that. Like, nothing I can do. Like at that point, it's like, why even breathe? Like, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I would say though, you really just want control in your arm though when you're drawing me. Like, try to draw more with your elbow, right? Like I'm going with my elbow versus this is my wrist. So like I'm just connecting. Like I don't need a ton of, stuff to get to where I want it to go. And I tend to draw at the center of the brush. So if that makes any sense. And trying to think about this stuff as three-dimensionally as possible helps too. Everything else is your mind playing tricks on you. If you think the brush looks better than it really does, it's because it's in your head. You know, like there are times where I'm like, "Oh, that brush looks great." Then I see an artist actually use it. I'm like, "Oh, just my head saw something." It's really weird. Sometimes they do matter, but not in this case. For inkings and stuff, I do use like Kyle's brushes, not Kyle here, but Kyle J. Webster, and so If you're looking for some good inking brushes, I would recommend that. But this is just a basic round brush set to 72% opacity and 64% flow. So, round. Hector's right. Can't find them anywhere. Talks was a crop from the comic. Yeah, it's French actually. Tom is the guy. His name is Tom. He's super cool, man. I wish it was available in English, but I own all the French the French trade that he did. He did me a nice drawing and stuff. So a big fan of his art. I think it looks great. So I told him, I'm like, hey man, you ever want because he did some fan arts in his last one, and I was like, hey man, you ever want a piece? I'll throw something in there. So he's getting ready to do another one. So he was like, yeah. Uh, what, Jerk Comics? Is that who you're talking about, Hector? Roman's great. Yeah, yeah, Jerk. So Roman's the guy's actual name, but yeah, Jerk Comics. He's awesome. Turn that off. See, like this, I don't like the drag when I'm sketching, so I just turn it off. I think Brandon's here. What, no icon, Brandon?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no skinny potato icon going on there, nothing?
I don't know why there isn't an icon. I haven't. Well, I mean, I haven't used Stream in so long. Let's see.
Gotta
I
go and
don't.
add your little taters up in there.
I don't even remember how to. Let's see. Uh, Change avatar. Let's see. Not quite skinny taters. More like like slim, thick taters.
Right.
It's not quite there yet. Is this one? Yeah, this is fine. Uh, hey Hector. Hey Kyle. I did a commission for Kyle that I'm gonna post tomorrow.
How'd that turn out?
Um, I'd say good. Kyle liked it, so that's always a plus as long as the person buying it liked it. Um, I went out of my depth a little bit and made like a whole scene background kind of, but try not to take away from the main character and just something different since I'm still learning watercolor. So it's not like I'm like, oh my god, it's the greatest piece ever because I always self doubt, but I liked it. I
Did
liked
you make up the scene or did you use photo reference?
both. So like,
Probably should have just stuck to photo reference if you're
well,
gonna actually do that.
what I did was is I took uh, somewhat of a scene from a shrine, and then grass and for I can't think of the term right now, but in front of the shrine, the two pillars that have the
Yes, and yes,
okay,
in Kyoto.
yes,
Yes.
yes. So that and like a whole like
Okay.
sunset field kind of vibe to it. So I didn't go too crazy detailed because I didn't want to take away from the character in the front, but it's still there. And like I said, I'm still learning how to even set a scene and composition and everything,
Right.
and watercolor.
I
So
would, if I were you, man. Now that you're still trying to, I would just find a good photo to kind of recreate. You know,
yeah,
mostly.
that's
So
what I
save
mean.
yourself the trouble, dude.
Right.
You know.
That's yeah. When I drew the whole main character, the Usagi Yojimbo, which was nerve wracking enough because Stan Sakai, a legend. Um, and then I took three backgrounds that I liked in Japan, and I put them in Photoshop behind it, and then I kind of asked Jessica like which one she thought fit the vibe best, and then the one she picked, I based it off that. So, um,
What's up, Kyle? This looks awful. Ha ha ha. I know. Well, what can you do?
Kyle seemed to really like it, so that's all that matters in the end, right? That the person who bought it liked it, because
True.
I'll never I'll never like any of my own art,
And what I think.
and what you think, of course, yes. Okay. I will be posting it tomorrow sometime. What is this Toxic Dumb Planet? Is it a video game or something or
No,
some?
it's a manga. It's like a little short form comic. This guy, his name is Tom.
Uh-huh.
I always meet people with the same names. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But I only know one Kyle though, so you got me there. Although I use Kyle's brushes, so I guess that technically counts.
Yep.
So he's a cartoonist out of France. He's really
Okay.
good, and he did like a Game of Thrones like spoof for the longest time too. That's really good.
Uh-huh.
And this is his own creative project he did through like the French version of Kickstarter like a year ago. And
Oh,
I
nice.
bought a book, and then we'd been following each other on socials, and he's super nice. And so I was like, hey man, he's a couple fan pinups in the back, and I was like, yeah, you ever do another book? I'll draw something.
Uh-huh.
So he was like, yes. So here we are. So his
Nice.
main character is this little dude who like scab. He goes around. He's like he is this guy right here. So this is the
Okay.
actual book, right? I just you know me, I always put the shit in there, right?
Yeah.
That's the cover. And so he's like always wandering around scavenging. So I was like, what do you do? So I thought it'd be funny to show his death, where like there's this right, like
Open
That's
up the
his.
wrong thing.
Yeah, you open up the wrong thing, and then so it's a little story, right?
Yeah.
Got to do the math, but it's there.
Yeah, I got it right away.
Yeah.
He's got his mask already melted off and everything.
Yeah.
I dig it. When's the next book come out with this? Or you're just
I don't know. That's all I have to him this month. I'm sure, like everything else, everything always runs behind, right?
yes. Kyle says, my nice Dell 27-inch monitor just up and died on me, only 6 years old, but somehow my cheap piece of garbage 20-year-old monitor still works. So now I have to go monitor shopping.
I use the HPs, Kyle. They're great. They were super affordable, thin, do the fucking job. Like real razor thin too, which was nice. So they don't have the great contrast, color contrast, but if you're just looking for a cheapo monitor to have for secondary screens and stuff, man, that's the ones I went with.
Nice.
And they don't take up a large presence.
Hmm. Hector says, buy a 70-inch Samsung TV and call it a day. I mean,
Can't
they
have
got
that on your desk, Kyle.
right.
Hector, can't have that on your desk.
The legend. So the legend, what Rob's drawing is for a book from a French artist where
This
it's
book,
about,
Toxic
yeah,
Time Planet.
the character, the kid in there is like a scavenger in a wasteland type thing, and Rob is creating if he opened up something he shouldn't have, and it's his death. So there's the kid's face mask already on the ground and toxic
And people are
waste
like, you
everywhere.
you know you buy comics? I do. I just don't buy comics from Marvel and DC.
Right.
And I never have. Like this isn't like something new. Like in the 90s and 80s, like every now and then an artist would do something at the big two. I'd be like, oh, that artist is great. I'll follow them. Or there'd
Right.
be a cool storyline, but it was so rare.
Yeah.
It was so rare, dude.
It's it's like
It
buying
was
the
like,
Ultimates 3 just because Joe Mad did it. You know what I mean? You're
yeah,
not.
like I like Gen X, right? When Bachal was on it,
Oh
but
yeah.
that was it. You see
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that, I wasn't buying fucking all the other books. I was buying Gen X.
Right. Same.
So like I didn't buy Excalibur. I didn't give a shit about the fucking Clone Saga. I liked that costume, the
Yeah.
Scarlet Spider costume, but I didn't give two shits, so
Yeah.
I was always like buying indie comics and shit like
Yeah.
that. So
Battle Chasers, Crimson, Danger Girl, or I mean, as far as a publishing type book, it was always something like that.
right, but
Or
even foreign books like Raika, which was a manga that kind of like does Naruto before Naruto came out. About a ninja school and shit, So if you
hmm
think Naruto's original, sorry. But I know, right? Or indie comics like Pete the Peeled Postal Worker. The later 90s were even better for that sort of thing when you got things like Coffin and Magic Pickle, shit like that. Like I always bought cartoony books, it's just these days like a lot of the stuff I buy is from France, or Italy, The best
right.
cartoonists are there. They're cool with cartooning over there, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be super realistic, photo rendered people.
Yeah, they're cool with both. It's whatever you want,
Well, it's like Andy, friend of the podcast, Elvatron. he tried asking me if I was reading this new storyline from Marvel. I was like, bro, I haven't read an actual Marvel book in probably 5, 6 years. When I bought some trade paperbacks at that last Amazon show we did, the Amazing Vegas we did, where I bought like, they were closing. They're like, yeah, all trade
Dude,
paperbacks,
the
five
last
bucks.
great Marvel comic I really enjoyed was Strange Tales 2. And that was that like anthology. Like Yonan Vasquez does a Wolverine
Yeah,
short
yeah, yeah,
story
yeah,
in
yeah.
there. Yeah, it's great. Like
And
if they did more shit like that, or if they gave Yonan a whole fucking Wolverine that's not so. I like things that's a little less serious, but then has like, you know what? I did buy that thing Bachalo did. What was it? The Academy book, or remember
oh
Wolverine was the
yeah,
principal and
I got
shit.
that. I got that too.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I thought that hey, look, good premise. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
and shit. So like Chalo's still fucking doing it, but a lot of them, man, like I just don't care about the super. Everyone's trying to out Grant Morrison and shit. Like let me make
yeah.
this shit real science fiction. I don't care about it. I'm not interested.
I
I
mean,
thought Strange Academy was cool, but like fucking each one of those is $7 for like 20 fucking
oh
things, and
yeah.
I'm like, I'll just wait for the trade, I guess,
Trade
because
or art
yeah.
books is now all I get, occasionally. I
Then
mean, I haven't bought one in a while, but
then fucking Umberto's fucking on and off the book, and so it's like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's just that's how it is. It's always been that way.
yeah.
I
I
buy Savage
actually,
Dragon, but it's been almost 6 months since the new issue came out.
yeah.
Everyone thinks he does that shit monthly. He doesn't. He just does it consistently. But he's not a monthly. It's not a monthly book.
No.
He'll go on spurts where it comes out every month, and then like now, or it just you know, it's been on what January was the last time a new book came out. So it's the way it goes.
I, for the first time in probably 6 years, spent a little money, not a crazy amount, but, something on myself. And I bought a figurine, statue, whatever you want to
It was
call
your
it.
birthday, right?
Yeah. So, it was my
I
birthday.
tried calling you, but it was like he's busy.
Um, oh, I did oh, you called me when I was at that
Yeah,
atomic
you were
comics.
yeah, you
So
were
I did.
balling, big
Oh,
baller.
oh yeah. I made enough to almost cover the statue. So I bought uh I made like I think 130. I made like 140, but I bought a $10 sketch from a cool guy. Um but I made enough to get me a Tracy Tubera Spider Punk figurine that just came out from
Oh
Sideshow.
yeah,
It's I missed out on the Miles one. You got the Miles one, which is dope.
I do.
And I was like, damn it. The only one they have now is the all black Miles. And if you try to get the Miles from other places, they upcharge you crazy. But I love punk rock. I love Tracy's designs, the shoes, everything. So when I saw the Spider Punk, I was like, I gotta have it. Even
Yeah, you
the
do like
Scarlet,
that spider.
yeah, the Scarlet Spider one was pretty dope too that he did. I like it, and the
I
Spider
like the
Man.
design. I just think it needs airbrushing around the shoes and joints
Yeah,
on the Scarlet Spider. Like that's the only reason I'm like, man, I want that, but like the paint
the,
job is a little too basic. Like I'm like
yeah, yeah. The shoes are all
he
red.
he
I wish it would have had
he he needs some
contrast.
airbrushing, like you know what I mean, like a little bit of that fucking. He probably like, how fucking expensive it is. I'm like, well, I would buy it though.
Yeah,
I would have, you know what I mean? Like I would be like, well, I guess I'll sell some art to get it, but like it's just a little too basic.
yeah. And yeah, I like punk rock a lot. I like Spider Man, obviously. So I was just like, gotta have it. It was 145, which
Yeah,
ain't
they're
too
not
crazy.
cheap.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, I didn't feel guilty, because I made some money on my birthday, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. So
Yeah, they look nice on the shelf. They got a good weight to them.
nice.
So
It was definitely. I was like, I saw it, and I was like, I must have it. So I'm glad I did. Yeah, I mean the atomic thing was cool. Um, I only honestly there's only one artist there that I like. This guy, and I'll probably butcher his name, John Yerkarba. I just started following him on Instagram. He's done some covers for IDW for Ghostbusters, Transformers, and Ninja Turtles. Real solid construction, shading, things you would look at, things that I know you'd be like, okay, he did that right. Coloring the like changing
Someone was
the.
asking me the other day, how come Mighty W doesn't have you draw turtles, Rob? Not to make it about me. I'm like, I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no.
David Marriott, the editor in chief, constantly likes or sometimes retweets shit that I do.
Yeah.
Never. I've emailed him. Like I knew I had like his contact when they were launching Sonic. He didn't want
Hmm.
nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you
It's weird.
know. It's weird. I think what it is, man. I think they see me and go, "Well, he has his own thing." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not drawing your fucking version."
I
So
showed
it's probably
John,
fair.
the guy I'm talking about. I showed him your stuff because I talked about it. I was like, yeah, my buddy Rob, for some reason, he's never got the turtle gig, and I showed him your shit, and he's like, holy fuck. He goes, that shit blows mine out of the water. He's like, what the hell? I was like, yeah, man, IDW's never hired him for a turtle cover. He's like, shit. And then I told him, I was like looking at his art, and I was like, yeah, I go, everything you do right is the shit my buddy Rob tries to burn in my brain to do better. Like,
Yeah,
construction,
you
lighting,
fight me
overlays
with
on the
it.
lines. I
You
was
fight me
like,
with it.
I
You
do.
know?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get better. But it's just funny. I was like, no, your stuff's dope. He likes big mechs. He likes Gundam, all that
I
shit. And
like
I was like, yeah, your shit's
big
dope.
mix, and I cannot lie. Watch, I'll get fucking DMCA'd for that. That's what I
Yeah,
get. That's what I get.
yeah. I'm happy though. Got the little figurine statue as my little birthday present myself. A month ago, Jessica took me to a concert. That was nice. Went and saw Orbital Peck.
I know Orville Redenbacher.
Orbital Peck's kind of like if Johnny Cash and Elvis had a love child. He has the same kind of singing as Elvis, but that steel guitar sound of Johnny Cash, kind of. It's like a weird mix. Um, I like it. It's fun show. It's not slow or anything. It's got a nice, fast, driven pace, but just moderny Elvis, Johnny Cash. And I'm usually not like a country-ish fan like that, but I dig his stuff. Oh
Brandon's hiding cowboy hats in his closet and shit.
I can't afford
Like
that.
it's
Cowboy
watch
hats are
party. Like it's
expensive, man.
really.
Oh, we just to mess around. I walked into
I
what was the
knew
name of
it.
that red? No, I didn't want one. I didn't
I
want one.
knew. I
No, no, no,
knew it.
no.
Okay.
I wanted to see
I,
how much some cowboy boots were because I was walking by and they had these like bedazzled turquoise fancy ones. I think they were girl boots, but I went in there and I wear a size 13, right, comfortably, and like everything in there only went up to like 11 and a half, 12. But I was like, I want to go into this. I called it a redneck store. I shouldn't have, but I don't know what it is. Some famous boot store, you know. And oh man, they even had. I had to walk out pretty quick. They had like Blue Lives Matter boots, and like just every stereotype stuff you could think of in there. And I was like, yeah, I'll just wear my flowery shirt. You saw what I wore. I had just black jeans and a goldish flower shirt. I was like, that's good enough. That's country enough. I'm not.
yeah, that
I'm
guy with
not
the
a.
Blue Lives Matter icon asked me about how much commissions are, so I ignore him, and he kept chasing me around. You know what I mean? So he goes to my fucking page, and then he's like, "How much are your commissions?" So I'm like, "It changes. I'm not taking any right now." One person replied, like, "I like that response. I'm going to use that." So yeah, right in the thread, which I'm like, perfect.
Yes. Yes.
Like it changes. I don't want to do any
Yeah.
art for you. Go hit up Ethan Van fucking whatever's.
Skyver. Yeah.
You know,
Ugh.
Hit up those guys. You don't want my art.
Yeah.
I'm a commie, I guess.
Like literally
Uh,
though, the cool thing about the oral peck is
when they're like when I tell them it's like 10,000, he's going, it's too much. I'm like, capitalism's a motherfucker, isn't it? Like, if only we could control
right.
prices,
Yeah. If
then you wouldn't
only.
have to
Yeah.
worry about this. Like,
Yeah. Shipping alone.
uh,
Um, oh, the cool thing with Orville Peck is he's a gay country singer, so it's more like he started the show with like saying go to your local drag show and tip them good, and it's more that crowd than like it wasn't like your normal country crowd. It's more like let's put it this way: I was the ball of the dance there because all the gay dudes were like checking me the fuck out.
I
Um,
have no
yeah,
doubt.
yeah. So it was more like females and a lot nicer, more liberal young crowd there because that's what he's more catered to. So it was nice. It wasn't like, and it was all you had to show proof of vaccination or uh, a COVID test. And I know you can fake those, blah 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 blah, but it's still that
Yeah,
crowd,
but it's actually the number of people who will compared to who wouldn't.
right?
It's like the same. You can fake a license. That doesn't
Right.
mean anything. You know what I
But
mean? Like,
the crowd there
yeah.
who are more geared towards me and your ideologies, I'm pretty sure was a safe crowd. Like it was very nice, you know, and they spaced everybody out when you know, just it was nice. So it was a very good show. It was very nice. So I was happy about that.
Someone was like, "You need to be more tolerant of other people's thoughts." I'm
Fuck
like, "No, I
no.
don't. Free fucking country, asshole." You know what I mean? Like,
Fuck yeah.
I certainly don't. Like, I was on the cast the other day,
Yes.
you know, bad mouthing religion, and I'm like, you can't badmouth people's religion. I'm like, the fuck, I can't. These fuckers think I'm gonna burn in hell because I don't agree with what they thinking. Like, hold on. I don't. Let me get this straight. I don't agree with you. I burn in hell for all eternity, right?
Yeah.
But you don't think like me. I bitch at you. I'm being the meanie. Okay, you know, like, however that works out,
You're
you
such
know,
a meanie, Rob.
you got it. You know, you got my number. You be mean. You know, hey, I thought fuck your feelings. Whatever
Yeah.
happened to that? You know, don't worry about what I think, right?
Yeah, exactly.
My whole life I've been doing this. Isn't new. They're like, what's new, Rob? You shouldn't talk about it. No, it's not new.
No.
You know, these fuckers my whole life, dude. My uncle's right at the top of the fucking heap.
Same.
You know. You know, when I was a kid, it's not Adam and Steve, it's Adam and that shit, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the
All
whole
right.
Kyle Rittenhouse thing came out and I was against it, my uncle called me a lamb to the slaughter. I was like, well, thanks.
Meanwhile, they call Jesus a shepherd. You figure that fucking one out.
Yeah.
And what does a shepherd run? Just curious. What
Yeah.
are they in charge of, buddy? Fucking idiots.
The chat is real quiet.
I don't care.
I
I could
know.
sit here. I could sit
I
here and
know.
complain.
Oh, I
I mean,
know.
I'm up for it
I'm
right
good
now.
with
I
it.
could
Oh,
sit.
yeah.
You've been there, Brandon. I could sit here and just fucking bitch and create the best work you've ever seen.
I
No
know.
one's watching. I don't care. I keep the stream on because like I'm not working right now, so I'm like, I need to turn the stream on. You know,
Yeah.
well, the stream's moving. I'll keep moving. You know,
Yeah.
but whatever. I had a buddy the other day go, "Hey man, Doctor Strange has dropped 80 something percent. That means it's a failure, right?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like they made 500 fucking $1 million. They've made more money than Man of Steel in 1 week. Yeah, it's failure, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, domestically, it made more than Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in its first weekend, like total.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think they're doing okay. You know,
Yeah. I think they know what they're
I don't
doing.
like it. Okay, you don't like it. I didn't care for either Ant-Man movie. Somehow I lived, and
Yeah.
I should be a mark for Ant-Man because I fucking love stupid shit and I love heists.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, but I don't know why. I'm like, I don't know. And it has fucking Haley Atwell in the first one. And I should like, I like the very 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 last fucking scene in Ant-Man 2 when they all fucking turn to dust. I'm like, this made it worth it. Like kids cried in the theater. They were not expecting that, you know. And he comes
Yeah.
back and they're all dead. I'm like, yes.
You're like, num, 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 num.
I had hoped they'd get ready to show like Santa's sleigh and Santa's like delivering toys, and then a kid comes downstairs and Santa turns to dust, right?
That'd be great. Uh,
Give me a second. It's getting a little stuffy. I got to open my window.
yeah.
But it was funny, So I was doing this thought process because there's all this stuff about wokeness in Star Wars and Marvel woke this shit. I'm like, these are the jocks, right? Like we used to have to deal with, right?
Yes.
In high school and shit and junior high, who
Uh-huh.
didn't like none of this shit, but they like this shit now.
Yeah.
So like they can't call themselves. They can't not see they're nerds to them because if they say they're not nerds, you're gonna be like, you like this shit and this is nerdy shit. So they can't now instead of nerd, they've come up with this term woke, right?
Yeah.
That's their new term for woke. Just replace that shit with nerd, geek, R word, right? And
Yeah.
that's exactly what they would have said 20 years ago. Nothing new.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
The a guy I play volleyball with, which he's fine, but he of course had to say something about the main character being called America Chavez. He's like, oh, they just had to call her America Chavez, huh? That's little on the. I'm like, bro, really? Like that's the part.
Yeah, because that
And the guy
Otto Octavius
and
really
he
fucking, you
yeah,
know what I mean?
and
Like,
he's like, oh, of course she's got two, lesbian moms. Or I was like, really? That part bugs you? Like, really? Like, really?
yeah, it
I'm like,
does. It bugs him.
I know.
It bugs him. I'm sure he was first in line for Black Panther and got let down when there was no actual Panthers in the movie.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna be black, and he's black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could just hear it now. You
Yeah.
know. I had a black friend bring that America Chavez shit up to me. I had to bring up the Black Panther thing. He's like, "Hey, it's not the same thing." I'm like, "You should just shut up." Like, it is the same thing.
I mean, I probably could guess what friend. I won't say, but I could guess.
Yeah, you can guess. And I was like, "Blame Joe Casey." Who? Right. You don't even know who Joe Casey is, and you're complaining about America Chavez. But okay. I don't know, man. Like, it's the
Yeah.
funniest fucking thing to me. Like, you can have an argument about something, but like make it an informed argument, not some
Right.
fucking nonsense that someone threw on you to incite nerd rage. I'm gonna go on this rant tomorrow on tomorrow's cast because Jason recapped all the fucking stuff for Obi-Wan and people are flipping, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, I'm quitting Star Wars. I'm like, oh god, I wish it were true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they were all supposed to quit after the Last Jedi, but they're still here. Like,
Yeah.
like what? I hope they do quit, but they won't. They're gonna watch. I'm no Disney's cancel my. It doesn't matter if they cancel you cancel your subscription. You're gonna stream it. You're gonna steal it. Whatever you're gonna do. And then you're gonna give yourself a fucking nerd heart attack one day, getting all worked up over some fictional fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like I already went through the shitty films. They're called nothing's worse than those the sequels are meandering. They don't do anything. But let's straight up, dude, the fucking prequels are fucking dog shit, dude. Like they have great little fucking actiony moments. Like the pod race is cool, Darth Maul is cool.
Yeah.
Some of the clone trooper fights stuff is pretty cool. For me, that's it, man. That's it. I don't like the Obi-Wan Anakin. I don't like none of that shit. None of that shit makes any sense to me. It ain't my fucking thing, man. You know?
Yeah.
But I wasn't one of the assholes in 2002 running around saying George Lucas raped my childhood. And that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with
Yeah.
these fucking dudes, Same people. And now they're like, no, I like the prequels. Right. I can't go back in time and show everyone your shitty fucking internet posts in 2000 when you were complaining about them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guarantee you they fucking were. Which is why they
Oh
all
yeah.
sit around hiding under some other fucking stupid name. None of them ever have their real names out there. They're like, fucking. What was it? What someone was like? It was like someone had Biatch in their fucking name. And I'm like, I'm supposed to take. Oh yeah, the great thinker of our time, something something Biatch. I'm supposed to take this shit fucking seriously.
Yeah.
You know. Well, didn't like it. Well, great. Don't like it. I hope they
Right.
learn.
It was. Yeah.
However, someone was like, there's a whole thing where they're like, can't happen because Luke didn't know about this and that didn't make any sense. And I'm like, let's take that whole fucking scene apart, dude. Like what Luke didn't know about it. There's that when Luke sees a lightsaber, right? And I
Yeah.
don't want to spoil it for folks, but when he sees the light in Star Wars 77, people go, "It's a New Hope." It's Star Wars 70. So in Star Wars, when fucking Luke sees the lightsaber, Obi-Wan explains to him what it is, and they're like, It's the first time he's seen a lightsaber. He could never see." I'm like, he knew about the Clone Wars. Same fucking scene. He goes, "You fought in the Clone Wars?" Yeah, he
Yeah.
knows about the Clone Wars. What do you think the Clone Wars was about? What do you think that was about? It must have been about kneeling in front of the flag or something. Like the emperor probably fucking brainwashed him and told him, you know what I mean? That some
Yeah.
Jedi kneeled and shit, and then they all had to be eradicated. That's probably what it was. Like he explains, I'm like, you never had an uncle or a grandfather explain to you some shit you already knew, and you just stand there nodding like you never heard that shit before because you try
Yeah.
not to be rude. That's what he's doing. He doesn't have fucking light. The lightsaber explanation's for us, not for him, nitwits. You know?
Yeah.
Even Anakin, a slave on that same world in episode 1, calls it a laser sword. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
You think an 8-year-old on that same planet, 50 years before, fucking knew what a laser sword? Well, they were all gone by the time. Were they? Inquisitors running around left and right and shit? They weren't
Yeah.
all gone. You know what I mean? They weren't all gone. They knew. They knew what the Clone Wars were. You know what that shit is. It's so fucking ridiculous. So stupid. This breaks canon. No, no. Leia being Luke's sister broke canon, you nitwits.
Yeah.
Let me go show you these scenes in which Luke wants to fuck her. You know, she's beautiful. We gotta go save her. First fucking film ever made. Right?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan didn't go, Luke, you probably shouldn't get your boner over her because she's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what else Obi-Wan didn't fucking mention to Luke in that scene? Hey, your mother was a queen. You know? Queen of all the people, you know?
Yeah.
Help directly cause. He said he all sorts of shit in that scene they omit. Oh, your father was betrayed by Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Oh, see later he fixed it. Yeah, because that's not what it wasn't supposed to be his father. He figured out later on, hey, that's a better idea. If Vader's his father, that's the twist. Why wouldn't? Because Vader could just kill Luke in 3 seconds. So
Yeah.
why wouldn't he kill Luke? You have to do this story thing. You know what we need? Because it's his father. Oh, that makes sense. He
Yeah.
figured that out after the fact. He didn't know that going into it. Sorry, idiots. You know. And then I got people going, well, that's why Marvel gets shit right. No one complain about Marvel right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Every time something Marvel comes out, someone comes out and complains about it. It's been that way since the very first movie.
Yep.
You know, never been hearing the end of it. You know, I heard how Iron Man was inferior to the Dark Knight. And that was the future of everything. When Iron Man 2 came out, that was the end of the MCU. Comic book fatigue. They hit their limits. That movie sucks. Fucking Age of Ultron comes out. Dark Thor: The Dark World. You see what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
They'll go here. They go, I like Winter Soldier. Well, you weren't in the theater watching the first Captain America movie.
No.
You know what I mean? I was.
Yep.
So it's just like whatever, man. Like, and sometimes I make shit I don't like. Guess what? They'll learn. So my buddy was like, "Well, what about the?" Well, I guess Raimi's not directing Spider-Man 4, which all you motherfuckers wanted up until about a week ago.
Yeah.
Well, let me show it's a corny. Did you not watch Spider-Man's 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Especially that third one with the fucking goth dancing and shit. I don't know,
He
man.
does campy shots. That's his thing. Like that's not
Yeah.
it's not a surprise. Like it's a horror thing. It's a suspense thing. It's what he does. Like I don't know. The moment where this isn't a spoiler, but Wanda looks at the camera for a split second. That's his thing. Or when the scene dissolves into Wong's head face thing. That's what he did in Spider-Man movies. That's his little thing he does. Like it doesn't take you out of the movie.
No, dude. Movie's fun, man. Movie's fun. It's cool nerd shit, dude. Good genre fucking stuff. I think if I have like two gripes, dude. Two gripes.
Hmm.
Let's say three gripes. Three key gripes. One, Danny Elfman, not my favorite Marvel composer. I didn't like him on Age of Ultron. He tends to just delete themes and make up his own shit. And he hasn't made a good theme since the first Spider-Man movie. His Hulk score is dog shit and whatever else. I'm not into it anymore, you know?
Hmm.
So whatever. But it's not bad. It's just like not memorable. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
A dog shit score is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That shit is cacophonous fucking noise. Like gives me a headache thinking about it. Two, I would say that like the fight sequences of the big, cat, cameo characters
Hmm.
That sequence should have been thought up by the cats who did the What If cartoon.
Yeah.
It just needed to be a fight that was more like, because those characters, I don't want to say what they were, I'm not going to spoil it, but those characters apparently had gone through the whole Thanos battle. They would be working together more as a team. So I
Yeah.
think that should have been more like a Civil War battle scene, the airport thing, right? Or something more like the What If stuff. Like I just think but that I don't know like how much control directors have on that input. If Damien is like, it's not a big deal, I want them to go against expectation, then there you go. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't know. I don't know what the thought process is on that. And then, and then the other thing I was gonna say was, I think that the the movie, and people might kill me for this, but I'm like, it probably could have been an extra 20 minutes just to pad out scenes and make things a little bit. So like the ending, those things, like the ending, like where it has that bit, I don't mind that. It's that it has that exterior shot, the thing that happens,
Hmm.
and then you go to the post credit scene and he's back out doing the exact same thing he did before, and you're like, what is this? This is a weird thing to. He just did this, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's just there's just like a little bit more of a melancholy that could be happening in some of those things, like the lyricalness. But like it's more like like the opening to Avengers is like it just kind of happens, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, and then the ending's so good you kind of forget that the opening is not a very lyrical film. It's just scene, enter, hit, go.
Yeah.
I say Captain America: The First Avenger is more of a lyrical film with the motif and a theme and a setting. You know what I mean? And I that just depends on whoever's directing. Like if that's their fucking jam. I tend to prefer things that are a little bit more like that. However, the fucking visuals and the color and all this shit in the fucking film is I wish this ain't nothing like any other film they've made. You know what I mean? Like I thought that's what you wanted, different shit every time. I don't. I don't think they want any of that. And by the way, it's like when people tell me how much they love fucking No Way Home, but then I had to hear people complaining about Far From Home for fucking 2 years, and I was like, that's my second favorite film of 2019. So,
Yeah.
so you know, like whatever, man. If you didn't enjoy it, well, don't worry. You know what I mean? Like there'll be some other shit coming down the pike. I thought the shit was fucking fun,
Oh yeah.
so I saw it twice.
I
So
saw it twice as
whatever.
well. We went yesterday. We saw it first in IMAX
It's good 3D,
3D.
huh?
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
IMAX 3D the first time, and then the second time we saw it in Cine One, which is like, it's kind of like IMAX, but not the 3D. So um, it was definitely better in 3D. Like we walked out, we're like, we probably should have saw it a second time in 3D, but whatever. We saved a little bit of money not seeing it in 3D the second time, so it wasn't like we're like, oh, that sucks not being in 3D. It was just all right. So I'm not gonna say it a third time, but definitely still good.
You excited for Shazam 2? Shazam 2, Shazam I've come around on. I admit, and I said this in my initial thoughts, I am a little fucking triggered by foster kid situations in films, Like I let go the military shit's wrong. I let go a lot of shit, Like the thing that bugs me about the film is these dudes are raising a whole they're taking in multiple foster kids, and the first night he's there, they're complaining about him not being a family and shit.
Right.
And I'm like, you gotta chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? You gotta give this kid at least give this kid at least a day, you
Yeah.
know? So, I rewatched it. It is fun. It's a smaller. I still think it looks like a CW movie. You know what I mean? I do believe that the lead kid and the lead actor are not the same person. Like those little kids when they turn into the big dudes, those big dudes were
Yeah.
acting like the kids, right?
Yeah.
But Billy Batson and him are two different people. I just think the kid Billy Batson should have been the kid who had the handicaps.
Hmm.
Because a handicapped kid who can become a superhero would never want to fucking be right? You would think, but then you have to show
Right.
why that's not the case. Like there's not enough there for Billy for me to feel too bad for him. Like he 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 knows he can cover his own fucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's a pretty capable kid. He's just trying to avoid going to jail, but you know, but they don't really do much with that, so it's just like whatever. But it's a fun movie. You know, it's a fun movie. My wife loved it. It's a fun second watch. So and I like that the villains are nasty. So Shazam 2, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that more than I am fucking. Look, man, I don't like Aquaman.
No, fuck
I don't
no.
like the Aquaman movie. It was on every fucking airplane. We had to go take a lot of flights that year it came out for whatever reason. We had a lot of shit happen on. Every time I got on an airplane, that shit was playing. I tried, man. I really tried. I can't take the fucking camera that doesn't stop moving. You
Yeah.
know? I just can't take it. The camera moves around like when you leave Soul Calibur in demo mode and the shit just flies around the fucking arena
Hmm.
like nonstop. It feels like that. It feels like a bad Killer Instinct video game camera that just like fucking won't stop. Or War Gods or Virtual Fighter. Yeah. No, man, I'm looking forward. I told you the two films I was looking forward to the most this year is Avatar and fucking Thor and then Batman.
Hmm.
And Batman pretty much did it for me, except for that Joker scene, bro. Like, I need a fan edit that removes it. It's a
Yeah.
fucking. It's not even the same movie. And I've talked to a buddy about this who has a little bit of knowledge of the subject because I'm like, this feels like it was forced in, and he said that the studio did force it in.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm like, because it just feels like a fucking totally different film got shoved into this film, man. That fucking actor's horrible as the Joker. Like literally, that's really bad. It's right up there
Yeah.
when Boner played Joker in Batman Dead End. Like or when they do that goofy Joker
Yeah.
on Angry Video Game Nerd. You know,
Hmm.
and it's like a secondhand spoof of the Cesar Romero fucking
Yeah.
Joker. It is horrible, dude. You know, I don't. It's so I just someone will do it.
Yeah.
Kyle, can you do that? Can you rip that movie and just edit that scene out for me, dude? Can you hook that? Kyle's an editor. He could do it.
Yeah.
I'd try to do it, but I always get fucking those interlace lines whenever I export video from ripped films. No matter what I do, man, I can't get rid of that shit.
Make it happen, Kyle. I'm just demanding shit. Sorry, Kyle. I take it back.
Yeah. Kyle would that would be a great birthday present, Kyle. Like just and I could watch that film and never have to fucking sit through that stupid scene ever again. It's fucking horrible, dude. I won't complain about Jared Leto's Joker after
Yeah.
that. Seriously.
No.
Seriously, dude.
I
Jared
know.
Leto 10,000 times better than whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
I don't this is Hannibal Lecter. Like another theory was like, it's gonna be like Hannibal Lecter. That ain't Hannibal Lecter.
No.
You know? They got a Christian Slater or fucking Willem Dafoe in there, like an old. I think they should have really cast an old Joker.
Uh huh.
Someone real gravitas, because like those fucking gangs are wearing Joker like makeup and shit.
Yep.
Like so, like he could have had his little fucking young doppelgangers running around there. He didn't need to
Yep.
be young. Like he just needed to be a guy who could sit in a room and outsmart Batman. That fucking dude ain't it. Like,
No.
sorry, not happening. Ed Norton would have been great.
And they went full like the the hair, the burnt hair, patchy, the super
He's
scarred.
got mange. Yeah, he's got mange, dude.
It just, I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. I guess they
there's,
don't. They don't. They don't. I guess in Arkham they don't take care of your fucking hair and they just let you walk around with mange and pus bubbles and shit.
but
I don't fucking
there's no
know.
going back from that. Like I understand that they made him like a little scarred up. Like okay, he's been experimenting with chemicals a little bit, and then maybe by the end of the next Batman movie, he's full disgusting growth. But once you go like full on Goonies, sloth look or whatever the dude's name is, like you can't go
Yeah.
back from that. You can't. It's way too far. Like okay,
I
sure,
suspect there's a good chance that that dude will not be reappearing as
yeah.
the Joker ever again. So
You can't put that in the daylight, like or anything. That's not. That's only dark scene. It's just bad. It's just bad. I did not like it at all. I was like, all right, cool. And I get it. A lot of younger people and females are way into that guy. I forget his name. Like he's got
I don't
so
give a
many.
shit. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the tone of the film, man. I
Oh,
don't
I
give
know.
two
I know.
shits
I'm saying that's
about
why.
what the fuck they like. I don't. I could give two fuck. They're gonna get to own Hollywood here in about 10 years.
Yeah.
About 10, 15 years, they'll all be in there, and then we're gonna get all these SoundCloud rappers as fucking superheroes and shit. So like, when that day comes and I can find some other shit to watch, you know what I mean? I won't be complaining about how they fucking ruined my Marvel or Batman or
Yeah.
whatever. I'll be doing other shit. But like, they can go keep their fucking Chamalets and whatever else. That fucking the dude. Everyone goes, that guy's so good. I'm like, he's the blandest mother. That dude should be in a prequel Star Wars film. He's so fucking bland. I don't get it, man.
Yeah. I don't either.
I don't get it. I don't get the fascination.
He looks. He just seems so tired all the time.
He's sleepy eyes. You
He's
know what I mean?
sleepy.
Like, yeah, like whatever, man. I'll take the fucking kids and Ghostbusters Afterlife before any of that shit.
Yeah.
Podcasts way better than fucking whatever these motherfuckers are. Dude. Can't do it. Can't do it for her. Can't. It ain't my thing. Sorry.
Don't like those shoes.
Yeah, Post Malone Jagger. All that shit they can find. That'll be their day, and then I'll just go watch anime. Like, I mean, I'll watch anime now. I'll just. That's all I'll watch.
Right.
I don't have to be here for that. But until that day happens, like, I put on some water weight. I didn't mean to. Apparently, I didn't realize how many calories were in peanuts. So, because I was like, I don't feel thin. Something's wrong here, and I wouldn't weigh myself. What the
Right.
fuck? And then I was like, oh, that's why I was eating peanuts last week, and so I was like, last 2 weeks actually. So I got some. So I had to go and I had never bothered coming up with a good ratio for
Uh-huh.
my current diet. You know what I mean? I've just been winging it, but like, so I had to go get the math books open. You know what I mean? And do the fucking calorie crunch math It's all good, dude. I got it worked, but you know, I got it worked out. You know me, Brandon. I always work it out, but it's
Right.
annoying because it's like, oh, there's a setback over peanuts. Get the fuck out of here. Let it be over burgers and shit. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
fucking big bag of fucking Cheetos. Not like a couple handfuls of peanuts, but that's like 1,000 calories apparently. Like, I didn't know, bro. 60 grams of peanuts is almost 400 calories, dude.
Jesus.
You know, so it's one handful. So if you take two handfuls, you just got yourself almost 1,000 calories. Seriously. And if you throw in some raisins in there, that's 1,000 calories. So that makes sense. I'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got it figured out, but whatever. So it annoys me.
Sounds like it.
Just trying to avoid.
230.
It's like, I enjoyed Moon Knight. Thought the last episode probably could have been an extra fucking 20 minutes,
Yeah.
Just to even some shit out. My buddy's like, they're fucking up, man. I'm like, no, they're not fucking up. I don't think you understand what a fuck up is. I think
Yeah.
perhaps we're all confused. You know what I mean? Like, we've gotten it so good, you're forgetting, you know. Like, Boba Fett was a fuck up.
Oh yeah.
When
And
Brandon's wife don't want to watch it at all, they fucked up somewhere.
yeah, she did not. She hated it. I was just like, all right, yeah, we don't have to watch it.
It's funny though, isn't that the big talking point now on the socials or on the YouTube dudes is like 6 episodes is too short. It really needs to be like a full season. I'm like, remember when Daredevil came out and all you fuckers said this shit was too long at 13 episodes? Trim it down to like 10,
Right.
maybe 8. You know? They're like, well, we could use 8. I'm like, well, financially, I don't think they can afford it. Like, I'm sure there's a number somewhere that says why they're making them at this fucking length.
Yeah.
You know? So, I'm with you. I'd watch 2 more episodes, but, you know, I'm certain there's a fucking number somewhere, dude. As hopefully the financials increase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they'll be like, these are too long. You'll never hear the end of this.
Yeah.
I always figure this: people want more of something you did than you were successful, right?
Right.
It's a good little like lesson to take there, folks. See how I spent a lot of time on T-shirts trying to fucking. Hey, where'd you get that font? I drew it. You know,
Yeah.
like takes a little bit. Text is tedious. That's something I coined back in 2005. Like it's just every little fucking thing.
You mean it's not easy? You make it look so easy.
Diamond brushes help. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Putting that one out there for you.
Give me like 5 minutes, Jess, and I'll start getting ready. All right. How how often do you actually ever use pre-made font typing? Like, cause I can't remember the last time I seen you use just like a typed-in font.
I do for like all the like in comic book, like when they're talking and shit. You know.
Okay.
I'm not hand doing that shit. You're fucking nuts.
I
I
am
could. I
nuts.
just fucking I hate it.
Right.
But yeah, I just draw my own. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm watching a soccer anime called Aoshi.
Uh-huh.
It's not typical. So it's the guys that made Haikyuu, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this basketball anime. And typically in both those animes, they've had like this kid who's really good, and then he has like this another kid who's like, you know what I mean? They got to like team up
Mm-hmm.
somehow, right?
Yeah.
Learn how to work on a team. Like, it's kind of a formula. On this one, they kind of start off where you think it's the formula, but it's really more. So far, it's been more like a realistic. Like, what if you went like a junior high kid getting into like a those those pro teams that like you start in a
Yeah.
youth group and maybe you go up to pro,
Yep.
it's like that and how much the financials cost and all this shit. Like it's way more like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. With a little bit of the anime stuff in there, but it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. So Haikyuu's still my fucking fave.
Yeah.
Because it's got the fucking kick-ass music and they fight wars. They fight wars, you know, and those fucking.
Yeah, man. I love haiku.
You told me you were gonna watch that
I am
and the
gonna watch it.
Dragon Quest, but you never
I
bothered
got
to.
well, I have it on. I got Dragon Quest and the King one. You want me to watch on my list? I honestly just
People are
haven't.
now saying best anime of 2021 ranking of Kings. I'm like, no shit. Like,
It's on my list. I just haven't had time to just sit down and enjoy it. Like we sit down to eat. It's like 20 minutes, and then just haven't had time. I want to.
watch one episode, Brandon, instead of that whatever that fucking Big Mouth shit you watch.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. What was that stupid cartoon?
I
Big
don't
Mouth,
know.
right?
I'm not watching
On
that, but
Netflix.
I'm
Last time I
not.
was at your house, you were watching that stupid shit.
It might have been on once, but yeah, I'm not
Yeah. You're
dedicated
like,
to
this is
that.
good, right? I'm like, no, not really. It's that Archer like humor I can't stand.
Hmm. What? Mm. So you're not coming over this weekend for the Big Mouth Marathon I was planning? Is that a hard pass?
Hard pass.
Okay. All right. All right. Damn it. Let's try and catch back up on all those episodes I haven't watched.
I did that. Weird. It's like all these guys think they're the fucking real nerds. I'm like, man, the fucking Star Wars show, I do, that's real nerd shit. Then they're talking about you can't do that on television. Then they're fucking name dropping war games and shit. You know what I mean? Like every fucking, I'm doing fucking Santa Claus jokes every fucking day. This is real nerd shit. Not their fake ass with their super fucking animated Avengers like backgrounds where they're all looking cool and shit. No, no, you guys are those Oakley wearing motherfuckers that I deal with in junior high. You know, with the fucking wearing those fucking Chicago Bills hats and shit. You know, telling me about fucking how I'm not allowed to listen to Metallica because I'm a fucking nerd. You know,
Right.
like fake ass fucking nerds, dude. Well, I like Marvel. I'm a nerd. No, you're a mass audience. They made them for mass audiences, not nerds.
Yeah.
That you're stupid. Like, you want some nerd shit? Go watch Dragon Half. Watch the whole. Watch Nietzsche Joe 15 fucking times. Get back to me. You know, let's go do a fucking marathon of Invader Zim and all the way through Enter the Florpus. You know what I mean? This is some nerd. No, you can't watch it because you're not a nerd. You think you are, but you're not. Just you wait when Marvel fucking reboots the X Men, you're gonna hear the whole how like Disney broke woke the original X Men was not woke and this is you know what I mean the shit with the fucking making fun of Nazis and shit like
Yeah.
you know like if they ever do Stryker the way he was in the comics, you get oh bro. I had fucking a Marvel artist who's a fucking calls himself a fucking Christian, went off on me once about fucking all this woke shit. It's a couple years ago, dude. I won't fucking out him, right?
Hmm.
Right? Because he's an idiot, and I don't want to hurt his career, but he's a fucking dumbass. And I told him I was like, um, you never. He's like, yeah, Christianity's under attack now. I'm like, yeah, yeah. You ever read God Loves Man Kills? No. All right. Well,
Yeah,
maybe
of
you
course
should
not.
like learn some shit, buddy. Yeah,
Yeah.
active Marvel artist. Never read it. You know, telling me about fucking how shit is. You know,
Figures.
never fucking read God Loves Man Kills. Oh, so I know Striker. No, you don't. No, you don't. You
Yeah.
know. You really fucking don't. Do that version. Can't wait. You know? I live in Idaho. I gotta tell you, man, I was cackling every time Alex Jones as J. Jonah Jameson came on fucking screen, dude. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
laugh. Only third person in the theater found that funny. I'm like, buy my pills, my brain pills.
Yeah.
Infowars, you know what I mean? TheDailyBugle.com. Like, hilarious. But what it is the overwhelming response was positive. So they can't, the algorithm won't let them engage with it on that level. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is the same with Mandalorian. Like these motherfuckers hated that shit when it was announced because they thought casting Gina Carano was. They called it "Whoa Mandalorian." They're putting a buff chick in this, but then when she turned out to be on their side, then they're like, "She's the greatest character ever. We're
Yeah.
hiring her for." Yeah, it was funny watching that shit happen, bro. You know, like they were not for it, and then Hollywood daughter's putting her in and she can't act and she's ruining it. Now they're like, she's our fucking hero. You
Yeah.
know, there is none better. Like, all right. I didn't see you rooting her fucking when Deadpool came out. I didn't
Yeah.
see you motherfuckers in the theater. You know, I was like, whoever this is has got a great presence. You know, it's a shame she turned into a fucking villain. But okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you need to act to be good on screen. I think you just need good stage presence half the time. Depends on the role.
Right.
I don't think Macho Man Randy Savage was a great actor, but he's fantastic in that Spider-Man movie, isn't he?
Bonesaw's ready.
Yeah.
What? Did
Tell
you
me if
like
he had
that?
appeared in X-Men as the
Huh?
Juggernaut, you wouldn't have been like, that shit's hilarious. But
Well,
he's
I'm
supposed to be
the.
Professor Xavier's brother. Joke's on you. That wasn't actually what Juggernaut was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, that was a retcon, you nitwits.
Juggernaut's ready. uh, mm.
Well, they're really stepbrothers. Blah, blah, blah. Shh.
Don't care.
Wait till they find out Professor X is supposed to be the Juggernaut. You know, fucking blow their minds.
Okay. I have to hop off. Um, sorry.
Go have a life, Brandon.
Yeah, right. I, got, I have to go to my
You're a
pharmacy.
busy guy.
No. I got to go to my
It's a
pharmacy get my
hard guy to go
medicine
home.
that they screwed up yesterday, and then I go run a couple errands.
You do you, boo.
All right. Well, it was nice seeing everybody in the chat. Hector, Kyle, Allison, Legend, and anybody else I miss. And always, it's so fun talking
Russian
about.
NFT CryptoBot
Yeah.
3317600 joined July of 2021. Join November of 2022. Even though that hasn't happened yet, but it
Yeah,
has.
yeah, yeah. It's they're living in the
Fair,
future. They're living in the future,
fair
man.
enough. Fair enough.
All right, I'll talk to you after a while.
I go fill up my coffee. Give me a second. I'm gonna get this text done. How long have I been drawing? Professionally since 2005, but pretty much since I was like 4 or 5 years old. Hey, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, Toxic Dumb Planet. It's a French manga. Um, Pretty cool. He also did the guy who created it, Tom, did a he's a French illustrator. He did a Game of Thrones parody comic that's really good too. Oh, I cannot remember, man. Give me a second. Yeah, it was called Galley of Thrones. Galley of Thrones. Or Gallery, Galere. You can find it on Amazon France, right? If you want to go there. All right, everybody. That's pretty good. I'm gonna put it up here and we'll do inking. We'll do inking tomorrow. So get this sucker done. I gotta get back to Power Rangers. This sucker. I gotta get the other side sketched out. And then when this is done, I gotta draw all these dudes individually. I'll be streaming all of that, so if you're wondering. That's a speed paint I did on my own. But yeah, so we'll get back to stuff this week. We're gonna be working on Power Rangers, and I'm gonna get this inked, and then I'll get back to commissions next weekend. We got Scud and shit to do. So peace, everybody.